Well, hello there. I am back once again, and it's a bit of a special day in Nintendo's history because this is the day that, this is the day where Nintendo celebrates its most iconic character, one of its more iconic characters. That character, of course, being Mario. Hence, why today is called Mario Day. So, in this special video, I'm going to be showing you discussing some of my favorite Mario games, and keep in mind, these don't necessarily have to be like mainline Mario platforming games, or whatever. Like, they can be like any type of Mario game in general. And these are going to be in no particular order, by the way. I feel I should probably point that out. So we are going to go ahead and get things started here with one for the Nintendo Wii. This, of course, being Mario Kart Wii. And this game is definitely a lot of fun, as you can probably imagine. And this was actually the first game that I got for my Nintendo Wii. But now here's the thing. Now the Wii, of course, originally came out in 2006. So this year will be that console's 15th anniversary. But I didn't get my Wii until 2011. And this was the first game that I got for the Nintendo Wii. And it is definitely a lot of fun. I don't think I played the online feature on this version. Like, I just did the standard racing or whatever. And even if I wanted to play online with this game right now, you can't, because, well, I'm not sure when Nintendo did this, but the online servers for this game are permanently turned off. So, but it's still a very, very fun game nonetheless. Definitely one of my favorites. And I like the fact that you have both Mario and Luigi on the cover of this game, because honestly, Luigi does kind of deserve a little more respect than what Nintendo tends to give him. Alright, so now this next one here, of course everyone knows and loves this Super Nintendo game here. It's Super Mario World. This, of course, a launch title for the Super Nintendo back in 1991, or at least if you're going by the North American release date. If you're going by the Japanese release date, then this game would have been out in 1990. But I'm going by North American release date in this case, since that is my region. And this game is a lot of fun. And, yeah, it's got really fun levels, and what's really cool about this game is you can ride on Yoshi. There's also, I should also mention the Yoshi, of course, in this game, there's different kinds of Yoshis. There's, you of course have your regular Yoshi, the one that Mario rides on. And then, of course, there's blue Yoshis, there's red Yoshi, and I think there's an orange Yoshi in here, too. There may be a couple of other different colored Yoshis in here, but those are the ones that I know for sure are in here. Alright, so there we go. Super Mario World, a classic game. And of course, you can also do two players in this game too. One person playing as Mario and the other one playing as Luigi. Definitely a lot of fun. And then, of course, the next one I'm going to show you is another game for the Nintendo Wii, and this Mario game is a sports game, Mario Super Sluggers, which I have played a few times. I think you've probably seen this game on my channel a few times before. It's definitely a really cool baseball game. Like, you can pick your teams or whatever. Like, you can play with pretty much just about anyone from the Mushroom Kingdom in this game. Like, from what I remember from playing this, you of course have Mario as a playable character. There's Peach, Yoshi, Luigi, Bowser, Toad, Birdo, Yoshi. Pretty much everyone from the Mushroom Kingdom is here. Even Donkey Kong, even Waluigi, and of course, Mr. Oh, I missed himself, Wario. And there's different, and of course I like the different options you can choose when you're playing this. Like you can play standard 9-inning game, like, or you can like even play with a mercy rule. And of course, like for those who don't know what the mercy rule is, it's basically when a game is called after a certain number of innings due to one team being ahead by, like, say 10 runs or 15 runs or something like that. So essentially, like, because I know that's how they do it in Little League with the mercy rule, and I think that they have it like that mainly because they don't want games to get out of hand, and it actually makes sense. It actually makes a lot of sense. All right. So now this next one of the show is for the NES. And this is Super Mario Bros. 3. And this was the game, of course, that introduced a lot of the mechanics that you see in Mario titles today. Like the diverse worlds, like the expansive worlds, I should say. And the levels on this are pretty cool. And of course, now, I have beaten this game, but not on this cartridge. And in fact, the version of this that I actually beat a few months back was on the Super Mario AllStars version on the for the SNES on my Nintendo Switch online app. And that's another one of my favorites too. But yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3, definitely a very good game. And of course, like some of the power-ups that were introduced in this game, like the Tanuki suit, those are still used in Mario games today. And of course, there's also the frog suit that you have in this game. It's like very cool. Definitely a very fun game. Alright. Next up, I'm going to show a Nintendo 64 game, and this, of course, was a launch title for the N64 in 1996. It's a classic that everyone knows and loves. Super Mario 64. And yeah, this is definitely a classic game. This is a classic game. Basically, it's like an open world sandbox where you gotta go around Peach's castle collecting power stars, 120 of them to be exact. But you can actually beat this game with a minimum of 70 stars. The only downfall of that, though, is that the only downfall of beating it with 70 stars is that you don't get to see Yoshi if you complete it with the minimum of 70. Because in order to actually unlock to get Yoshi, and of course to get that special bonus at the end, you have to get all 120 stars. And you have to have beaten the game, of course. But yeah, this is definitely like a really fun game. I would definitely, yeah, if you have an N64 and you don't have this game, well, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, Super Mario 64, a classic game. Classic game. You cannot go wrong with this game. It is definitely a blast. Alright, next up we have a racing game here. And this, of course, is Mario Kart 8. Now, this game, of course, first came out on the Wii U in 2014, but the version I'm showing you here, of course, is the deluxe version that came out for the Switch in 2017, hence why it's called Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And this was the first game that I got for my Nintendo Switch when I got that console about 2.5 years ago or so. So, kind of funny how the first game that I get for my Nintendo Wii is a Mario Kart game, and then the first game I get for my Switch is a Mario Kart game. Yeah, kind of funny how things work out like that sometimes. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun, and of course the battle mode in this game is a lot of fun. There's also online racing in this. I'm pretty good with the online racing, but some of these online racers, sometimes they kind of, sometimes they're a bit competitive. Let's just say that. But it's definitely a fun game, and definitely, and one of my favorite Nintendo Switch games in general. And so yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Lots of great fun with that. And this next game I'm about to show, just for the Nintendo 64, is also a lot of fun. It is Mario Tennis. Woohoo! Okay, yeah, this game is definitely a lot of fun. Because then you can play on all different courts and everything. And of course, what's also really funny in this game is when when Luigi loses a match, and he goes like, oh, 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 oh. Yeah. But I played this on my channel quite a bit of times. I know for a fact that Aubrey has this as well, and it is definitely a lot of fun. So, yeah, very good fun with Mario Tennis. That even if you're not really a tennis fan, as long as a tennis fan, you can definitely still enjoy this game because this game. Now, there's also a Nintendo Switch version of this called Mario Tennis Aces. It's okay, but the classics generally tend to be the best. Alright, now another one, which is for the Nintendo 64, is Paper Mario. And this, of course, was the game that started the Paper Mario series. And this is definitely, like, a lot of fun. What you do in this game is there's 7 star spirits that you have to rescue, and then, of course, with the help of those star spirits, you have to get the Star Rod back from Bowser, who, surprise, surprise, has kidnapped Princess Peach. What else is new? And, but what's unique about this game is it's not just simply like a platformer, like a lot of Mario games tend to be. This is actually a full-on RPG. Like, you get experience points by defeating enemies and bosses, etc. You level up once you get enough experience points. Actually, no, I should say star points. They're called star points in this. For every 100 star points you get, you level up. So kind of like the equivalent of getting a free life in like the classic Mario games, with getting a free life for every 100 coins you collect. But yeah, this is definitely a very fun game. And Paper Mario, you cannot go wrong with this one. And of course, and there's also some cool little side quest missions you can do in this too. And now, of course, these games, these Paper Mario games, these generally tend to have characters in them that are unique, that only appear in those particular games. Like for example, in this game, like there's the Star Spirits, and and then of course there's actually no, I think the Star Spirits also are also one of the Mario Party games. Like they're part of the menu in one of the Mario Party games. But I know the partners that you can get in this game are specific to this particular game. But yeah, anyway, it's definitely a lot of fun, and I actually got this game last summer, actually, and for about a week or so from the time I got it, it was the only game I played for a whole week, because I wanted to try and beat that game so badly, and then I finally did, and it just felt really good. So yeah, definitely a fun game, a bit challenging at times. Am I going to let's play this on my YouTube channel? Probably not, but it is still a really fun game nonetheless. And speaking of fun games, here's one that's really fun. And another one of my early early Nintendo Switch purchases, Super Mario Odyssey. This one is a really, really fun game. Like, you get to travel to all different kinds of kingdoms in this game, and of course, you've got your little friend Cappy to help you out on your adventure. And the little collectibles in this game, of course, are the Power Moons. And of course, and once you get enough of those, you can try and prevent Bowser from getting married to Peach. Yeah, Bowser marrying Peach, that does not sound right. So, yes, you can probably tell by that, that Peach is kidnapped by Bowser again in this game, yeah. But, yeah, it's definitely, like, a really fun game. And then, of course, once you beat the main game, there's a lot of cool mini-games you can do, like, in front of Peach's castle. Like, you can do, like, stuff involving balloons. Like, there's all kinds of cool little mini-games you can do. So, yeah, that is definitely a really fun game. Super Mario Odyssey. Definitely would highly recommend it. And then, of course, this next one, which is for the N64, is the one that started, that got this particular franchise started. This, of course, is Mario Party. And this was the game that started off the Mario Party franchise. And and these games were very popular. Like, the first few games in the series were very popular. The series is still somewhat popular today, but it's kind of lost its touch a little bit. Like, for example, I do have Super Mario Party, and while that's a pretty good game, it has kind of, it does kind of feel a bit bland, like with how few maps are in it. In fact, there's only 4 maps that are in total that are in that game. And they never, like, in fact, once they released it, that's pretty much it. They never updated it. They never, like, added any other sort of form of DLC to it, which was kind of disappointing. But it is still a really fun game, nonetheless. And I definitely enjoy playing this game. I do play it sometimes from time to time. In fact, sometimes I actually kind of prefer playing the classic Mario Party over the current one. But I do still play the current one some of the time. And then, of course, we've got another one for the N64 that I actually just realized. And I dropped it on the floor. That I actually just, that I meant to show, but I forgot to take it out of my system. Mario Kart 64. This is definitely a really fun racing game. And of course, what's really great about this game is that you can have up to 4 players in this game. And keep in mind that this Mario Kart game was released before the, well before the internet well before any online features were ever introduced for any games. Which means the multiplayer on this obviously has to be local. So if you can gather up 3 friends or whatever and convince them to play this with you, then you're going to be in for a really great time. You, of course, have the standard CCs, 50, 100, 150. Then, of course, there's the mirror mode, which is basically 150 backwards. And then, of course, the versus and battle. That's where a lot of the chaos happens. This game's definitely a lot of fun. Definitely one of my favorite games. Alright, a couple more here that I'm going to show before we end this off. The next one is actually a very recent release, and it is Super Mario 3D World. Now, this game, of course, first came out on the Wii U in 2013, and although I do have that version also, the reason I'm showing the Switch version is because on this, there's a little add-on that you can't get on the Wii U version. Like, for example, on the Wii U version of this game, you just have Super Mario 3D World, right? But on this version, there's a new extra bonus game that they included with this called Bowser's Fury. And it's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty cool. I have played a little bit of the Bowser's Fury, and I've only gotten I played it for like maybe half an hour. Like, you guys have saw me play it a little bit on my YouTube channel before. I haven't gotten all the cat shines yet, but I definitely want to try and get back to the Bowser's Fury portion at some point soon. I have spent a lot of time on the 3D World portion of this, and it is a lot of fun. And the one power-up that's in this game that can definitely help you out is the cat suit. That could definitely help you with getting some of those green stars that are hard to reach. Particularly the one that's on the Mario Kart level, which is hands down my favorite level in this game. And it's mainly because of the music that they use in that level, which of course is from Super Mario Kart on the SNES. And that's a really fun game in itself, too. The only downside of that, though, is that the multiplayer on the Super Nintendo version of Mario Kart is only 2 players. But here, of course, you can do, like online or local multiplayer for up to 3 other people. So it is definitely a lot of fun, this game. I definitely would recommend picking this up. This is definitely great fun. And then one more I'm going to show from the Nintendo Switch, which I actually forgot to take out of my closet here. I'm just going to get that right now. I just have to try and find it here. Here we go. Let's get that out. Alright, here we go. Second last one, which is Super Mario 3D AllStars. Now, this, of course, has a compilation of some of the best of 3D Mario games: Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. Now, Super Mario Sunshine, I have played a little bit of it, but that game is a bit challenging. Like, I know some people find Sunshine easy, but others don't, and I find it to be particularly challenging. Galaxy, though, is definitely a lot of fun. Now, I have 2 copies of this game, actually. The one that you're seeing right here is the physical copy, which I have not opened, and I will not be opening it for reasons I'm about to get into in a moment here. The digital copy I bought right when it came out. The physical copy, like I said, that I'm not going to be opening, and that is because this particular game here, this is going to go away after March 31st, which is in 3 weeks from now. And the reason that I bought 2 copies of this, the digital and the physical, the reason for buying this was because once is more than likely the physical version of this is obviously going to become a collector's item down the line, and if you keep it sealed like what I've been doing, then that could fetch a pretty good amount of money, like if you decide to sell it later on. Obviously, I have no plans on selling this right now, but it's definitely great to have for the collection, particularly when something like this is on a limited run. So, although it's a limited run, now since this game, of course, like I said, is not going to be available anymore after March 31st. What I kind of wonder is what would happen. Is what's going to happen with the digital copy that I have on my Nintendo Switch? Is it going to go away, or do I still get to keep it or something? I don't know what's going to happen. But if it ends up that my digital copy does go away, well, not to worry, because I'll always have the physical copy, which is definitely really good. All right, and now of course we come to the very end, and this, of course, is the game that kind of saved the video game industry as a whole after that 80s crash. And of course, a launch title for the NES, Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, this is an all-time classic game. You cannot go wrong with this game. And, of course, we all love Super Mario Brothers. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, this was probably everyone's first NES game in their childhood growing up. I know it was definitely among my first, and it is a really, really fun game. No explanation is really needed about this game. So there we go. Those are some of my favorite Mario games of all time that have been released over the years. What are some of your favorite Mario games? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.